Let's talk about it. So, which part of that awful loss do you want to talk about first?
I don't know. Maybe having a no-hitter through 6 and still finding a way to lose a game.
Yeah.
Tighter.
Zoom in more. What are we doing? It's the offense. It's another injury. It's more mental mistakes. It's
a lot of mental mistakes. A lot.
It's your current closer, not coming through again. It's a few things. It's a few things to talk about, and I'm sure the fan base has a lot to say. Kate says I'm tired. That's fair. That's fair.
It's just bad baseball. That's what it is. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no easy part of the schedule. There's no simply the fact that we're sitting here saying the same thing since mid-July. The Astros can't score more than 3 runs. They blow a game late. An injury happens. And your AL West lead's down to 1 game. And, yeah, you control your destiny. Yeah, you have 6 games left between Seattle and the Rangers combined.
Yeah.
But it's not good. And last night you had one team wanting it more. And it was clear as day. The Rogers Center was kind of a morgue for a bit and then was bumping by the 9th. A leadoff walk, you give up 2, you go to extra innings, and for a glimmer of hope, I was like, oh, there's going to be a productive out. Victor Caratini rolling over, you get him over, you get him in, and your Hall of Famer hot dogs it to third base.
So often.
Gets backdoored by a Vladdy play, which Vladimir Guerrero went all out. It's truly.
Well,
bad.
I think you tweeted it out. It's just a clear case of one team wanting it more. Team, when have you seen, outside of Cam Smith, when have you seen any Astro show that, like, specific determination and drive and excitement in a big moment late in a game in a while? Like Vladdy hustling that out to first and hyping up his entire team, or even the play to third. His third baseman immediately points to them. Their entire team is like, when have you seen that? Like, I get it. The whole thing is never get too high, never get too low. They're professionals. They all play with like a level of professional swag that's like, we've been here before. And that's fine. It's fine if you're winning.
Yeah.
But at some point, we need some fire. And you know what? I hate to say it. Is this team missing Drew Gilbert?
No. I mean, he's psycho.
He's a psycho. He's hyping up his team. They won 13 of the last 16, and he's hitting with like 800 OPS right now. I mean, just the Astros don't have that guy. They don't have, Cam Smith would be that guy if he was playing every day and raking right now and could hype up his team.
Well,
like, they don't have a engine.
It's not even that. Like, this is where I'm at, and I got some heat a little bit because I said there actually might have to be a hard conversation up and down because the culture seems to have shifted to not the standard hot seats. I said, is it fair with 1,000 injuries? ? No, but if I'm writing checks of $100 million to the IL, right? That's what Crane's doing. He's writing constant checks. to players that are not playing because they are injured, they are banged up, and the fact that you're leaking oil and have been leaking oil since you swept the Dodgers. I think what was it? I think Tags tweeted it out last night. Their record.
Since the Dodgers series?
Yeah, since the Dodgers series, and I guess it was before the game when he tweeted it out.
Yeah, I think it was like...
Yeah, since sweeping the Dodgers in LA over the July 4th weekend, the Astros are 23 and now 32. Since that weekend.
It's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. That's 2020 COVID bad. Worse than that.
And during all of that, you have an offense that was playing above their heads 100%. But now, after the trade deadline, you made moves and you have a lineup on paper that should be adequate, and they're not producing, and it's on the offense. It's all
it's all on the offense.
Your pitching once again kept you in it. Like every single game, they have kept you in it. You are just failing to score runs, or you're failing to score multiple runs in positions with runners in scoring position throughout the game to put teams away. I was on the show and I said, I'm tired of the dead cat bounce offense.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with the Ranger series. You lose a game in extras, then you blow them out against DeGrom, and then you lay an egg. What do? The first game against the Blue Jays, you get on them early, and then nothing. But the frustration thing is that with all of that, in the ninth inning, it was a 3-1 ball game with your closer on the mound that you trusted. And it happens in baseball. He didn't execute.
I can't believe he blew that. I was sitting there watching it like, maybe I'm just spoiled by Hader, and he's gotten into tough water.
I miss Hader.
He would get into tough water. He did first and second, but it's still a 2-run lead, and I'm like, he's going to get out of it. He's got it. Just need a double play here, pop up, whatever. And it kept devolving and getting worse. And honestly, I was just like, just blow it. At that point, I was like, we're going to lose this game no matter what. Why now we got to pitch an extra inning? Like, just blow the game at this point. Ugh.
And the other side, too, is like, this team has played way above their means most of the year. And you built this lead, you did all the stuff, and it's just like, we lost, but so did Seattle, or we lost, but so did the Rangers. Like, that's such a freaking loser mentality. And
it should be looked at as we've blown the opportunity that we should have like a 10-game lead right now. If they played to the ability that their roster has, even with the injuries, the chances they've had to win games, they should have at minimum a 7-game lead right now.
Oh, for sure. In a game, too, where you lose Luis Garcia, which was sickening. Me, you, and Garrett were all together and just took the air out of the room.
We were on the patio in fresh air.
Fresh air, and took all the air out. You had AJ Blueball, absolute let it eat. He's an absolute weapon. He's probably a starter now with all these injuries. He's probably a guy that slides in the Luis Garcia role now for the remaining 2.5 weeks. You had DLS kind of be human for the first time. You had...
Yeah, I think his entire tenure with the Astros, that's now... He's going to 2 solo home runs.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean...
And it was a tank.
It was a tank.
It was a tank to Jorge.
It was right in George's wheelhouse, that lower third of a fastball middle down. Oh, my God. George can just... Was it 450?
What a comeback year for him, man.
He's always had it. It's really unfortunate. Like, George might have been a Hall of Fame guy if not for just injuries.
Yeah.
He's one of those that could have been. I think he still has a career like 880 something OPS. Like when he plays, he's that guy. He just gets hurt so much.
Yeah.
You want to get to some of these comments?
I was finishing up on the on the pitchers because
Yes,
this
yeah.
is
Your
where
DLS gave up one.
and then you had Okert for one, King for inning 2/3, the Abreu inning, and then the Kimbrel 1/3 of an inning. Even with the blown save with Abreu with 30-plus pitches, he's down for probably the next today for sure, maybe to the
I
following.
mean, mentally, you might need a couple days either way.
King was up at, let me see how many. King was at 21 pitches. Blue ball, I thought they could have stretched out for one more, and they didn't. It was just
They should have stretched.
I thought they could get one more.
It felt
out
like
of
Joe
him.
was getting cute.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
He's thinking we're into the 6-7, or we're in the 7-8-9. Let me throw my 7-8-9 guys because, that's what the game plan typically is. But that's where you need to adjust a bit and say, AJ's in a rocking chair. He's only at 40 pitches through like 4 innings, essentially 3 and like a third or whatever. He's rolling. You already know that you're not going to get to throw him again for at least 3-4 days, depending on whether he slots in the rotation or just stays where he's at. So if you know you're not going to use him again no matter what, why would you not at least go batter by batter? And I think it was going to be his third time through the rotation, second or third. So I get it, but I don't know why you wouldn't go batter to batter.
Yeah.
With how he's rolling, you have DLS ready. It's not like DLS is a guy that you have to be like, oh, he needs a clean inning. He's fine. So that really frustrated me, and that was like, I had an inkling in the back of my mind when he did that. I was like that, and as soon as George hit that, I was like, I think they're going to come back.
I think it was definitely.
Especially if we can't score any more runs, and we just can't.
And the other side too is like, even with all that happening, like the fact that everyone's collective idea was in a 3-1 game, in the 6th inning, the thought was they're probably going to lose this game because this offense isn't getting it done. The offense isn't going to find a way to extend more, respond.
Yeah, I feel like that feeling is in the dugout too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it permeates. They have like a big weight on their shoulders of that feeling.
Oh, they're pressing for sure. Everyone is pressing. Everyone, and I don't know if this team is actually built. I think this is the first time I'm going to say this publicly out loud. I don't think this team is actually built to come back if they get passed by Seattle or the Rangers in the next few days.
I think I agree.
It's
going to come down to
it's going to come to that week. It's going to come down to that week where you have the Rangers for 3 and
pretty much either series to either team. It's basically between those two teams. They're like whichever one of us plays better against the Astros wins the division. I think it's how it's going to go. If you lose the series to Texas, then I think they go on a run. If you lose the series to Seattle, I think they go on a run. If you lose the series to both, you might wind up in 3rd place in the division. After all this entire season, after everything that's happened, the Astros could, after all this, finish with like 83 games in 3rd place. Disgusting. I mean, when's the last time they were there? Like 2009? Like, usually they're either first or last. But when's the last time they were just kind of mid? Then that's where they're probably going to end up. They're going to end up looking like the Cincinnati Reds of the past 3 decades.
And there's just, I'm at the point where I'm like kind of disassociating in the sense of like, it's this lineup and this offense shouldn't be what they've been for the last 2 months. Yeah, they'll have the outbursts, but the consistency is exhausting. The valleys are deeper than the peaks. It just hasn't been good or consistent. And last night in the 10th inning, just attitude reflects leadership. And I never thought I'd see a hot dog from 27 on the 27 on the base pass will do things.
But
that
it's usually from being too aggressive.
Yeah,
not
that
being
was
passive.
the most passive,
Yeah.
embarrassing, lazy from your icon. And
I want to say, maybe this is the kick in the teeth they needed to turn it around, to get some fire. You know, maybe this wakes Altuve up specifically. Maybe he, reflects. But, like, I feel like we've had 3 or 4 of these moments this month where it's like, can't get any worse than that. That should wake him up. That was embarrassing. That should him up. And it just hasn't yet. And you just keep hoping for that. I mean, do I still believe that this roster, with how it's constructed, could turn around and go on a run of like a 6-7 game winning streak?
Even a 3-game win streak gets you in the playoffs right
now.
No,
it's like, do I think that can happen? Absolutely. I think it's not a problem with me of like how this roster is constructed. I think the front office has done mostly everything right. Like, they've done enough to get this team in a position to where they should be contending. Sure, I wish they went and got another pitcher at the deadline, whatever. But the roster's put together correctly. Even Joe's, for the most part, not making too many mistakes. It's just the team is not executing on the field. The lineup is not executing in the right way. I mean, they're getting hit. They got 9 hits on Bieber yesterday. Well, they got 2 hits immediately to get, or did Pena walk? I don't remember. We turned the game on a little bit late.
Pena hit a double.
Okay.
Hit a double.
And
Yordan in the 2-hole hits a ground ball to the right side, moves him to third, and then the Correa bomb.
So that's 2 hits, 2 runs immediately. And then you get 7 more hits and only score 1 run off Bieber in his next 5 innings, however much longer he went. So, I mean, that's indicative of the entire season. They find ways to get people on base, and they just can't execute. We got a lot of comments we should probably get to.
Yeah.
I'm going to scroll up a little bit.
But, and while you're going through it, it's not like this is the team and the vision they had, and this is what they built. So this is like what they wanted. This is what they wanted to be built like.
Yeah.
And I've said it over the years that there's times in the season where starting pitching carries, the bullpen carries, the offense carries. Like, over 162, there's just these periods of time where certain aspects of the game are being carried. And that starts with, if you look at the season, like when there was overachieving, hey, the starting pitching was dominant. The offense did enough. The bullpen was shaky. Okay. The offense was shaky, but the starting pitching and the bullpen were great. But right now, it's with all these injuries stacking up, and it's clear as day, like, the offense needs to carry this team to get to where it has to be. And for 8 weeks now, they just been spinning their wheels in mud. And no one's got out of the car and be like, hey, this isn't working. Let's figure something out. Let's do something different, because we're doing the same thing every single day. And I don't know.
I love the move of moving Correa in front of Altuve yesterday. I thought that was great. It paid off immediately.
A week and a half too late.
Yeah. And I thought, oh, this is a good sign. They're going to score some runs today. And then they just did the same thing. DC the guy. Pitching is rough considering all the pitchers have 0 or 1 arm left on their body. But leaving 11 on pretty much summarizes it all. Exactly. Arturo says they are hot swamp, water piss in every phase of the game. We're sitting here again, Brian Kelly meme. I'm done with this season. I have no expectations for this team. Next season has real promise. That is a silver lining in it all, is that, well, depending on how you look at it, this offense is back next year. So, take with that what you will. So Walker's the worst guy to have up. Dude's on base.
Oh, my goodness.
He just strikes out. Yeah. Honestly, bro, props to Vladdy. Great throw. Yeah, not to be lost on it all. It wasn't like it was some super easy throw for Vladdy and, like, whatever. There was a reason why Altuve didn't think he was going to throw over there, because that's just not what you normally do. It was an excellent decision and throw from Vladdy, but still, if Altuve was just hustling the third, he makes it. So probably the reason he threw it is because he saw him fucking lollygagging looking back at him.
Also, like, I think all of us as a fan base are collectively just holding our breath when they have a lead that, hold on, just hold on, just hold on. Like, and if we're thinking that, then and then you
They're
start
thinking
playing
that.
like that,
They're-
and then you're playing tense, you're not,
Yeah.
like, this team has only played loose once, and that was against DeGrom on Saturday night for the national television game.
Well, yeah, once they got up.
And even
by
then
like
it was
5.
3-0. Yeah, like it was 3-0 in the 7th or whatever it was. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just everyone is just trying to. It's just not healthy, honestly. One, but two,
Yeah.
like
I mean, this is not, none of this is healthy for any of us. Everybody in this chat, all 64 of you, us two sitting here, none of this is healthy for any of us. Really, we should just walk away from this and go read a nice book. But, here we are. We care about this team. We want, we want them to do good. We want to, misery loves company. Everybody's in here hanging out with us. Appreciate you. But yeah, none of this has been healthy this entire month, really. It's giving me flashbacks to when they were really, really bad, which is not fun.
But and like the optimist in me, that the internal optimism is just like, they're gonna turn it on. 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 And they just haven't. They haven't shown that they will. They haven't shown that they want to. And I just, it just seems, and I said it, I think, after the 23 season, that the leadership voice changing from we are playing for titles to we are playing for a division was a statement I did not like, a statement that I didn't really stand for, because it was just like, that's the new standard. That, like, when you have championship aspirations and when you have championship you have a standard that is, hey, we're going to do whatever it takes. It's ALCS or bust. We want an opportunity to play for a pennant and win a pennant. When you backslide into we're playing for the division title, like, okay, cool. Like, that division title pennant is going to be up in section 400 with no AC. Like,
Yeah, no, at this point, the division title does nothing for me.
nothing. And I get it. Like, that's the first step to get in and go all that. But there's a shift where you go from, no, like, the standard is we are playing for the AL pennant.
Yeah, at minimum.
At minimum.
Yeah.
We are playing for that. And now it's just like, well, what's Seattle doing out west, or what's the Rangers doing now? Like, they have a AAA team. They have all their superstars injured.
That's
They
very
have all their
valid.
pitchers injured, and yet they've ate a 7.5 game lead. Now they're in shouting distance. I mean,
Well, it shows you how much, like, it's a wild thing to even think, but it shows you how much, like, building a great, talented roster is not necessarily the key to success. We've experienced it as the Astros. Like, the Astros have had winning seasons with less talented rosters, but it's about having momentum. It's about having, something in the clubhouse, having a glue guy, having fire. There's all those little intangibles that they just don't have right now. They have the talented roster. Right now, they're the Yankees of the past decade right now. They have a talented roster. They spent some money. They have a high payroll. They made all the right moves, technically, but they just don't have that winning thing that's been in the culture for the past decade. It's gone. Where is it? Who has it? Was it Bregman? Who was it? Who had it? Was it Paredes as soon as he left? Like, everything just fell apart?
and also, like, this team 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago, was held together by bubblegum, duct tape, and the power of friendship.
And they were winning.
And they were winning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And now you're at a point where you actually have a lineup, you actually have a platoon, you actually have pieces to implement and do. And
They're just not figuring it out. Andrew says Sally's not the bubblegum guy anymore. Yeah, he's still. They didn't send him down, right?
I think he's up.
Yeah,
I think he's up.
he's just around.
I did see some comments about mentioning. Is it Skip's fault? No, I don't think so.
It might be a intangible thing with Skip, but like practically, he's making the right decision.
Yeah, it may be a tangible thing, and obviously we'll never know what's going on in the locker room. But it's it's a sacred place. But what I tweeted yesterday about the hot seats, like the only time billionaires start to make decisions, and granted, our owner has put the money out there. He's spent. We've done things, like he's gone for it. Sometimes it's been wrong. Sometimes he's trusted the wrong people. Sometimes that could obviously all be argued. But what also affects decisions is I'm signing a ton of checks over to, like, think about it. If you're working for, you are a CEO of a company, you are a boss of a company, whatever it is, and you're paying a whole department every 2 weeks, a bunch of checks, and you're getting no sales out of them. You're whatever you're in. You're fixing cars. You're doing XYZ, and they're not doing anything. You're gonna be like, well, what am I doing? Like, let's check the process of why I'm doing all this and I'm paying all these people and we're not getting anything out. So I think that's why there's gonna be decisions made. And the other side too, the leaking oil publicly, like, it's just these guys are egotistical.
Yeah.
Billionaires, and their friends are probably chirping them, like, hey, what's going on with your team? Hey, what's going on with your sports team? You're leaking oil, like the Exxon Valdez. Like, it's all over the place for 2 months. They're not going to like that. And so the pressure then turns on to the skip, the GM, internal. Like, those are the first, chopping blocks when owners start feeling that. Oh, and by the way, they also make decisions when their pockets get hit. What happens if they miss the playoffs? You're not recouping wild card money. You're not recouping Division S money. You're not recouping ALCS money. Like, all of a sudden, fans aren't going to pay $25 for beers. Fans aren't going to go to games to sit in 90-degree heat with no AC because, for God knows reasons, it's not working. Like, all of a sudden, when the pockets start hurting, decisions are going to be made. And that's why I kind of put that tweet out there, because I was just like, is it fair? No. But you're about 2 weeks, 17 games away from maybe not getting any playoff money. Maybe not. All this was what? For what?
Yeah. That's why, like, in baseball, as frustrating as it is and how much they've tried to get rid of that with the anti-tanking rules and stuff, it is the worst thing in the world to be mid.
Yeah.
You never want to be an 80-win team unless you're on your way up. And this is like the year before, the year. Because you're right. You're not really bad enough to, like, tank and get great prospects and rebuild, but you're not good enough to sell seats and sell jerseys and sell playoff anything. Arturo says, isn't this the fifth blown save for Abreu? Yes, Abreu is now 5 for 9 in save opportunities. I was one of his biggest guys. I was like, Abreu's going to slot into the closer role. He's going to be just as great. He's, earned this opportunity, and he has, but starting to look at it like, okay, maybe he's not, the type of guy that could have slotted into any other major league team and been the closer all year and been that guy. Maybe the eighth inning is best for him.
Well, also, I do think, too, like, he has to be the guy now, and I think there's probably some pressure because there is no Ort. There is no Bennett Sousa. Obviously, there's no Josh Hader. Like, granted, he has to be a professional, and when you're given the ball with a 2-run lead and you got to go get 3 outs, you have to execute that. You have to execute that. Because you know why? Then we're not sitting here talking about the Astros being, 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position, like stranding,
2 for 10,
stranding all that, having 11 hits, having 11 hits but only scoring 3 runs. Yordan Alvarez again had 3 hits last night. Yordan Alvarez, since he's came back, is batting like 1,300 OPS.
I think the Astros are like 1-4 probably in the last 2 weeks when Yordan hits 3 hits. It's like, how does that work? How does Yordan keep having just amazing nights, but nobody around him can score him, or there's nobody on base in front of him to score when he gets a hit? Des, will baseball even be played in 2027?
I don't think so. I think the lockout was looming regardless.
Yeah.
But with all these injuries, and I think the pitch clock has something to do with it. Yes, but I do think that the chase by all these pitchers for high speed, high velocity, high spin is causing this epidemic. And by the way, the thing that can kind of protect that barrier for those guys is sticky substance.
Yep.
And then you took that away from them.
Yep.
And so now they're going for this.
I think that's going to be something talked about in the CBA.
For sure. And
Some sort of sticky.
the other side too is like, it's almost like the steroid era. Like, if you weren't doing steroids, someone else was going to, and then take your spot and pass you up. That's how baseball is. Like, the pitchers and these guys could be like, all right, we're not going to chase velocity anymore. We're not going to chase spin. Then okay, you're not going to have a job. Like, you almost have to do it because everyone else is doing it behind you, and they're going to take your spot in the show. And then you have all like, so it's frustrating because, like, I'm kind of sick to my stomach because watching Luis Garcia walk off the mound yesterday.
Yeah, Brandon says here, got it for Garcia as well.
It's like that's the last time he's gonna be an Astro.
Yeah,
that's the last time we're
similar
gonna see
to when Urquidy went down.
Yeah, he's
It's
probably
like-
gonna be non-tendered, and
Yeah.
then you have to just hope that like someone takes a shot on him, like someone out there gives him a second opportunity, because this game is disgusting in the sense of like, once you get one, okay, once you get two,
Yeah, it's
I
hard,
don't
hard
know.
to believe. Yeah, coming back from one arm injury at this point has been done a lot. Coming back from 2, I mean, DeGrom. How many?
Yeah.
There's only a handful of examples, and he's usually very elite pitchers that do that. Both series at home, yes. The Rangers and Seattle series are both at home, and we are backlogged on comments here. Do we blame Skip for this season? No, we already talked about that. How tired is Abreu? Do you think it's an exhaustion thing? I don't know. He pitched, I feel like, a lot more these last 2 seasons. It's not like this is his first year getting up to this amount of pitches or amount of innings. So I don't think it's an exhaustion factor. I think it's more of a mental thing. Like Des said, he's now the guy, and it's on him. And that's maybe the first time he's ever really had that, because he's been part of elite bullpens in the past. And when he's surrounded by elite arms, he's able to be elite. And then now when he's by himself, basically, that's where you're seeing some issues. Does anyone know what Espada had to say after yesterday's game? I did not watch the post game. I
I saw some. He
Tried
seemed
not to think
pretty.
about the
He
Astros.
seemed pretty gutted just about the Luis stuff.
I did
not
see.
So
Oh, I
much.
did see. He said that was a gut punch. Is what
Yeah.
he said. Which is like, when your manager's not being rah, like when he's even publicly like down about something, like they need something. They need a spark. They need a big come from behind win, or just a blowout. I don't even think a blowout win would do it, because they've had a few of those.
Yeah, I need
It's-
consistent.
They need like you said, a 3-game win streak. If they rattled that off right now, and they look like they were finally playing loose, I would be like, okay, there's something there. But until I see that, I'm going. What is my name? Soj.
Oh,
If
the
you're
negative?
Zed, yeah, I'm going full. I think I'm going to full team negative for a bit. Yeah, Valdi was a guy that came back from 2 arm injuries. It doesn't happen often. At the same time, offense across the league has been on a massive decline. Yes, I mean, it's why I'm not expecting this team to play at 2019 level numbers. But if you look at the names on the roster and what they do, what they should do in their career averages, this should be a good team. You have a roster full of guys that are either their career, if you look at their career averages or just how they've, like Pena and Myers, how they've played this year, how they've turned it around. You got a roster full of guys with 700, 800, 900 OPS guys that they should be. Instead, you have most of them playing with an OPS under 700. Or just when you get runners on base, they just forget how to hit.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been bitching for 40 minutes already. We got to find.
I'm trying to find Yordan's stats. Like, I don't know how to look it up from like when he came back from the IL.
Oh, like since then?
Yeah, since then.
I can look at his game log.
He's got his OPS season OPS back to 834. When it was like in the 600s before he was injured.
Okay, so he came back.
I have like his MLB last 15 games.
He came back on the 26th. So since then, it's supposed to create me a little.
Was it on Baseball Reference?
Yeah.
Damn
There
it.
it is. Since then, he is. He is. What do you think his OPS is? 13
Jeez.
games, 56 plate appearances,
1,200.
1247. He's hitting 444 for 44, slugging 711, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, 3 doubles, 20 hits, and 10 walks, and 56 plate appearances. His on-base percentage is .536. He's getting on base on a Barry Bonds level, but we're not winning games. That's where we're at. Centron needs to go. Maybe. Got Junior in chat. He says, pour one out. It was a good run. See you in the $20 dugout seats, Junior says. Yeah. But that's the problem. If you're mid, I'd rather go back to sucking because then we can get really cheap tickets. There's a bug on the TV that looks terrifying.
Oh, that's a
spider.
disgusting looking spider.
Oh my god. It's like shining in the light.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Shout out. Chandler Rome tweeted out during the game 20 for 44 with 10 walks. And that's gone up. That was during the game. So, yeah, he's 20 for 45 with 10 walks. 1247 OPS. So he has come back and he's literally being an MVP for you right now, and you're not winning games. It's like, now I get how the Angels sucked.
Yeah.
And they had Mike Trout going off, or like when the Yankees lose, and I'm like, I look at their roster, I'm like, how are you losing when you have that guy in the middle of your lineup? It just never made sense to me because the Astros, I've really never had that. I guess closest thing was when you had Carlos Lee going off, but the Astros have never really had a superstar while they've lost.
Yeah.
I've never really experienced that.
Also, like,
I guess
the Blue Jays are also 83 and 61 and a really good baseball team.
No, they're a good
like,
team. But that's why it felt so good. I was like, we're doing it. We're beating a good team. You know, we're going to walk away with a W. Things are going to turn around. It's a good thing we don't have knives in the office. Well, Axel's already, like, naming the era.
The Long Defeat.
The Long Defeat.
Wow.
Sounds like a Game of Thrones book. Rome asked him again, so you want him to run in that situation in a spot of pause, and kind of said, well, I don't want him to stay at second. Absolutely, you run.
Yeah, absolutely.
The ball, if you're on second.
Just run.
If you're on second, the ball is hit to your left. You run to third. That's baseball. I mean, I guess unless it's hit straight to the pitcher, you know, that's different. But, like, the ball's hit to first base, you should be able to get from second to third.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Rowdy Tellez. Like, Altuve should be able to get from second to third. If he was going, as soon as he saw that ball was a ground ball, if he sprinted straight to third, he's safe. There's just no way. I don't even think Vlad throws it. And if he does, he's safe, and you're in an even better position. Ugh. The Hunter Pence disrespect is insane, Josh. I don't think Hunter Pence was ever hitting 1247 OPS while we were losing.
No, not at all.
I love Hunter, though. He was my favorite player post Bagwell Biggio era. Re-sign Tucker. Brady, Montero, Presley come off the books next year. That's the silver lining to it all. Do you want to get into that positive? Is that our silver lining we want to talk about for a little bit to end it, or do you want to still try and find some hope for this season?
I mean, I'm going down with the ship regardless. Call me. I mean, it's been a pleasure playing with y'all. The Titanic scene, like, I'm going down with the ship.
Gentlemen,
it's been a pleasure. You have, like, Jeremy Pino with 830 OPS still. Correa is at 728. Altuve with all the scuffling of 6 weeks at 767. Sanchez is at 730. Walker's at 704. Myers at 762. Diaz is about back to be over 700. Like, if they can just figure out how to gel that, whoever figures it out deserves the.
I mean, if you look at their roster,
Presidential Medal of Freedom
compared to the Blue Jays roster, it's not that far off. Like, Blue Jays are pretty, like, individually, if you just look at their OPSs. It's not a bad offense. Like, it's a good roster. They just can't fucking score runs. It's frustrating. Tucker's long gone, gang. Yeah, I mean, the Astros aren't getting Tucker back. 100 Pence, Kenley Jansen's father, he walked him off once in 2011. How do you remember that, Jake? I don't remember that at all.
That's a good point, Ryan. The 23 Rangers did this and then ran the table as a 6 seed after a month of disappointment.
Is that what they did? Because we had a pretty good lead in 23, right?
Yeah.
It's like when we have a pretty good lead, I don't remember. Like, it's a good thing to not remember September at all because usually you have a big enough lead and you're just kind of coasting through it a little bit. So I didn't know that. Now I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up the Rangers' record by month that year.
Yeah, also, I mean, Willow, good point. Like, anytime, like, it's going to be really interesting how owners give out contracts next year because with 27 looming and the lockout looming.
So we need a lot of, like, 1 year opt-out things, you think?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And the thing is, like, no, 23 came down to the end. Remember, we had a win in Arizona. They lost. We won the division, and that's why Bregman said, "I guess we'll never know."
Oh yeah. So they did heat up towards September.
Or did we run them down?
I thought we ran down the Mariners. I don't know.
Anyways, I hate thinking about.
It's a bad year to think about.
I don't know. In like where I'm at in the going down with the Titanic kind of mantra of it all is like you still have next week you have 3 with the Rangers and 3 with the Mariners, and that entire section is the season. That entire section is the playoffs. Granted, I hope that the mindset the playoffs started today. I should have said it a few weeks ago, but, you know, the playoffs started today. But you still have – I hate coach speak. I hate saying you have everything out in front of you.
I mean, you still do, technically. I can't see where the division is at this point, but September 10th, 2023, the Rangers were also at exactly 78 wins. And they finished the year with 90, so they went on a little bit of a run. Yeah. No, it's pretty similar. The Rangers in late August, early September went on a stretch of – let me see if I can do the math here. Doing some math. Talk to the comments for me.
Yeah, you have a matchup tonight where you're facing Barrios, right? You have I don't know, man. You win if you can find a way to win 3 in the next 5.
Damn.
Like you feel at a way better spot. I mean, it's. And granted, like you're asking Jason Alexander once again to be the stopper.
Yeah.
The 5th time through the rotation. You're asking him to be that guy.
Oops.
you keep asking him to be the stopper. And man, it's 4 months ago we had no idea who he was. And granted, that's awesome that he's emerged to be that, but like,
Yeah.
someone else needs to step up. Like it's got to be on the offense. It's got to be the offense when your starter gets hurt and you have to go to a rookie to be the bridge guy. Hey, let's go get 3 or 4 more. Let's go get 3 or 4 more. Let's put some at bats together. Let's string some together to go do it.
Yeah. The Rangers in 2023, very similar run to the Astros right now. From August 16th to September 9th, they went 5-16 to get to exactly 78 wins on September 10th, which is right where the Astros are.
Today's September 10th.
That's what I'm saying. They were exactly at 78 wins September 10th, and then they turned it around and got to 90 wins by the end of the season.
So they went 12-5 to end the season?
They had 3 less games, so they went 12-8.
12-8. Okay.
So they had three more games to play.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's some parallels there, and so I mean, it just shows you that it really isn't over mathematically,
Till you're eliminated.
logistically, technically. It's not really even close to over. They still have, at least another week and a half, 2 weeks to prove it, to figure it out. But it doesn't feel great. It's not great, Jim.
It's not great, Jim. You have Barrios versus Alexander. I think, believe it or not, Yordan has great BVP against.
Oh, no way.
If you believe that? Let me see. I'll pull it up.
He's good against a pitcher?
He's good against matchups.
That'd be a good question. Is who has Yordan's number?
Ooh, actually, never mind. Barrios kind of has his number.
Does he?
With Yordan in 16 at-bats is batting 188 against Barrios, but has a 751 OPS.
It's like the Astros against Judge. It's like,
Yeah.
make him human at least.
Altuve has a 838 OPS, 304 average against Barrios in 23 at-bats. Correa, 733 OPS, 250 and 12 at-bats. Pena struggles, 154 OPS and 11 at-bats. He's 0 for 11 against Barrios.
You think he gets a little night off tonight?
No. no one's getting an off night.
No, they should.
Hey, little glimmer here, even the small sample size. 2 for 4, AZ Sanchez with the 1600 OPS against Barrios.
I think I'm waiting for him to go on a little run.
He needs to get hot. If he can get hot, a lot of people need to get hot.
Paul called an Oppo bomb from Yordan tonight off Barrios.
Hey, that one to Correa had last night, dead central.
Yeah, that was nasty. That was nasty. There's another one. Yeah, where the fuck is Chris Bassett?
They
Bring him out.
Yeah, we'd actually need it.
Yeah, no,
We
if I
actually
were
need
them,
it.
I'm like, we can't put Chris Bassett against the Astros again. Does Uwala get the call? We were talking about this yesterday. I would. At this point, fuck it. You need a spark. I don't. We can't afford to keep throwing Colton Gordon out there. As much as, sure, he's a steady guy in the fact that he's going to give you about 5 innings and he's not going to give up 8 runs usually. And Uwala could. Uwala could have a blow up, bad start. But I think this team needs a spark, and 2 needs some youth. And
Well, honestly,
I would try. I feel like it's worth a shot.
you do need a long guy in the bullpen because with Luis going down,
Yeah,
it looks like
AJ's
AJ's going to be into the rotation. I mean, he should because he's answered the bell every single time.
Yeah.
Okay, then who's now replacing AJ in the AJ role? Or do they keep AJ there in the AJ role, and you put a Lance McCullers Jr. back in the rotation? Because it'd be great for Miguel. It'd be great for Uwala to come up. It would, but I don't know if they're gonna hitch their horse on that wagon and start the clock. And
I don't know, man. I just feel like you got to do something to spark this team, and calling up a top pitching prospect. Not to say that that's going to do anything to help the offense, but maybe he does something. At least makes me excited. It'd make me excited to watch a game just to see what happens. I do think he's at the point where I don't think he's going to learn much more in AAA. I'll say that. I think he's at the point where he needs to be up with the big league guys, with Murph and Miller, and learning from them, learning from other big league starters. He clearly still has a walk issue, but I don't think that's something that he's just going to magically fix in 3 more starts in AAA or whatever. So that's why I'm just like, give him a shot. Give him a shot. Let Drew Gilbert from the Giants come. He's a psycho. I'm loving it. I love it. I think that's what the Astros are kind of missing.
Ugh.
You never liked the psycho players on your team?
I'd just be like, stay down there.
You're one of those guys.
Stay down there.
I don't need that.
Stay down there.
Get away from me, bro.
Stay down there.
You haze him. You haze
I
him.
know. No hazing. I agree, Paul. We are playing not to lose. We are playing not to lose. Decisions are being made on not to lose. And you tend to lose. You tend to lose when that happens. You tend to lose when you turtle up. But I don't know.
Brian Abreu, our best arm, has walk issues, so join the party. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. Like, give me the guy with nasty stuff, with a big league pitching lab and catcher, sequencing him and calling a good game with him. Like, maybe he could be nasty.
Yeah, and also like, if Ort wasn't down, if Bennett wasn't down, you could almost go closer by committee in the sense of like, all right, let's get Brian Abreu his confidence and give him some 8th inning fireman roles again where he excels.
So
and then you can
talk about putting Ort in the 9th?
Or no, like Bennett. Bennett was
or just having like a committee of like matchups.
Yeah, matchups and stuff. But now like with those injuries, you can't even do that because
Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah,
you're gonna what's his song gonna be at Daikin Park? What's his walk up thing?
His whip's like 2.5, and yet he has not given up like a true earned run.
He's a true vet playing with fire.
Golly.
What?
Also, like,
that is true. Have we had what is Brian's song? Does he have a thing?
I think it was a Spanish song.
But like, did they do a whole thing with lights?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't go to a home game where he closed. Recently, so
Craig Kimbrell in 8 games has a 0 ERA.
What's his ERA plus?
His ERA plus is not registered.
Oh, okay.
They don't have that yet. His FIP is 3.14 though, and his actual WHIP is 1.667. That's not great either. It's not great either.
But you know what? I'll take him doing that. You know, with his experience and presence.
I thought he was gonna get
Jordan
out of
Weems.
it. I thought he was gonna get out of it.
I thought he might have. If Altuve makes that play and gets Vladdy, he has a chance. Because then he struck out the next guy.
Struck out the next guy on a high fastball, and then it was a ground ball to Walker with
which
Straw.
It would have been out 3. It would have been third out of the inning.
Yeah.
Walker would have picked that up and walked over to first. It would have been a third out of the inning, but instead it was only 1 out, and so he had to try and go home. Literally, Altuve cost us the game. Like, as much as we love him, I'm never gonna trash that man in the city of Houston ever. He's gonna have a statue. He's got his 2 rings. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. All that, but you can still admit he fucked up. He blew the game, and you just hope you could see he's pissed. You just hope he.
Also, let me
wakes up from that.
Let me look at hold on. Why wasn't maybe I missed it?
DLS is ERA plus that had gotten up to
500,
600s last time I looked. It's fallen down to 319. So it sucks.
Why wasn't in the 10th? Okay, so I'm not like that was on 27, running and fielding. Why did you not go Ramon Urias pinch run in the top of the 10th, and then therefore he was your defensive replacement
for Tuve
in the 10th?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of Tuve's prestige, and Joe, even though Tuve I think would never protest against something like that. I don't think he's ever going to complain about being pulled from a game like that if he thinks. But I think Joe respects him too much in a way of like he's still a little too scared to pull that shirt.
He's too
friendly to like pull like to make the tactical move. He's more worried about upset feelings. Because you're absolutely right. If that was you take away the Jose Altuve name and you take away the back of the baseball card, if you look at how that player is performing this year, with his age, with his sprint speed, with his defense, you absolutely would immediately defensive replace. You would put a pinch runner that's faster. You probably put.
You could have started the inning off with Trammell at second,
that's what I'm
and
saying.
then
Trammell
put Ramon Urias
or whoever's there
as a defensive replacement.
Exactly.
Or
like that would be the baseball move to make.
Or you had Dubon in the outfield. You moved Dubon to second and Taylor Trammell the outfield.
Yeah, there's
on the double switch.
There's different ways where you could have done it because you're not.
Oh, that made me more frustrated right now.
Ideally, Tuve was never going to come back up to hit in that game anyways, so you're not worried about that. Because ideally, you score that inning and you win.
Yeah.
Or even if it gets like you'd have to make 3 more innings before he comes up, most likely. So
they did Jake do a mound visit after when it was first and second, 1 out. I had to go back and look, but they did with Abreu because last night Abreu was sped up. Stadium pulse got to him. He was not pitching. He was just throwing. Obviously, when he just on a close hanger to IKF to break it to tie it.
Double says we're reaching a little bit with Urias because Tuve's faster, which
yeah, that's why I was saying like you can do Trammell.
Trammell or is Melton still on the team? Right, he is, right?
I think so.
I don't think I've seen him get sent down.
You go because actually you did after the Carantini ground ball, you pinched Ryan Trammell for Carantini.
Yeah.
And then he swiped a bag and then obviously got stranded. So if I'm doing a defensive replacement for him in the 10th, why not start it off with him running, put Taylor Trammell?
Why not put the winning run in the best chance to score the winning run? One of your you have fast bench guys for that. And then also the main thing is the defensive replacement in the bottom of the inning.
Yeah.
You don't they addressed it in the offseason. They've said it all year. The team has said it. We've said it. Altuve is not good at second base anymore. He's just not. He's below average.
Melton was sitting down for Myers. Okay.
What?
Melton was sitting down for
Myers.
Myers.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine. It's just that's just the truth of it. And he's not great at left field either, but you can hide him there because you have less opportunities out there. So anytime we're in an extra innings game, I'm all for replacing Altuve because it's more likely that a ball gets into him at second base than he comes up to hit and you need him to come through. Just statistically, probability-wise. So I would defensive replace him every single time if he's playing second and we need good defense.
Yeah, and
I hate Jake batting anywhere other than ninth. Dubon and Yiner behind him sucks. But I don't think that's really on. I mean, that's just like I don't think that really changes a lot. I'd rather have the better hitter hitting higher up usually, but I do like him hitting ninth.
Yeah, Myers is definitely doing his job. I mean, also runner on second or even runner on third. Walker infield pop up for the second out. Like, can't do that in extras. So. Yeah, I mean, literally last night it was the story of the last 6.5, 7 weeks of offense not executing at a high level. Wasted an opportunity of actually really good pitching up until the Abreu blow up. Yeah, and then your lead's down to 1, which if your lead's 1 is basically 0. So you have to win, like
Yeah.
or you're on the couch. That's simply what it is. It starts tonight. You have Alexander the stopper versus Berrios. And then you just got to get the ball to Javier on Thursday. And
Is Javier good?
Javier started. Okay, also, hold on.
He came out of the last game a little early. I mean, it wasn't I didn't seem like it was an injury thing, but he definitely got pulled a little early.
Okay, so this is kind of where I'm at. I know we're pushing up on time. Overtime, that time. Originally, Luis Garcia was scheduled for Sunday,
Yes. And they pushed him back.
and then they pushed him back.
Yep.
And what happened?
And he got hurt.
So, was there already general soreness? Was there already something where like, hey, I can't go today? Why are we giving him another 2 days?
Yeah, was this
Because
a Jake Myers thing
The-
where they clearly knew something was wrong, but they tried to have him go anyways? Just took a day off, and they're like, "Oh, you're good now."
I think the Astros said like, oh, it was always gonna be Framber Valdez, but Bochy didn't know about Framber starting till Saturday night, which is after the DeGrom game
Yeah.
that they pushed.
Yeah, I mean they totally switched it after the game, because all the reporters were like, "Oh, they changed it."
Okay, so that would weird.
So something was wrong.
Weird.
I thought it was initially a thing where Framber, I was hoping, I guess that maybe that was just bad to hope that, but I thought it was a thing where Framber went to Joe and said, "Give me the ball.
Yeah.
This is a division rival. I don't have injury issues. I'm feeling like it's not like Framber's really ever exhausted. So it's not like he needs a 6-man rotation. I could see Framber saying, like, I'm good. Throw me. This is a division rival. You want me to start as many starts as I can the rest of the season, so better to throw me when you can." I thought it was that, but now you're right. Maybe it was a bit of a dead arm. I mean, you hope it's like something like that with Luis and not a tear or, an injury.
His reaction immediately calling him out, registered at 88. Like,
Well, I think that it might have been before the injury, stiffness or something, and then they still decided to throw him the next day, 2 days later. Could be a case.
All right, Astros tonight, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Just
Jason
win.
Alexander versus Berrios.
They just got to win.
Just got to win. Got to figure out a way to win. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to head over to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. 14 locations, so the newest one in Cypress off Tuckerton Road. They're actually doing dollar wings next Wednesday.
Oh,
A little appreciation day.
that's Ranger series.
Yeah, that is.
Go watch. If you're not going to the game,
You
go to
can
Big
you
City
can get
Wings.
$1 wings next week on the 17th, I believe. That's the official day. Go over their socials and check that out. And you Zing We Zang, Zing Zang, the #1 mix in all of America, whether it's the margarita mix, the michelada mix, or the pre-canned Bloody Mary, blazing or regular with the vodka infused. Get yours at Total Wine Specs or HEB. And that is our show today. We will be live tomorrow for the watch along for the game.
Yes. Yeah. Come. Hopefully.
Hopefully we're
God,
going for
then you
hopefully
have
we're
to
going
win
for a series
We
win.
have to win
Hopefully
tonight.
we're going
Otherwise,
first.
tomorrow's gonna be miserable either way.
Tomorrow may be the most disgusting hate watch.
Well, come join us for the Hate Watch at 2 p.m. Well, it's like 2:07. I think it's game time, but we'll be ready at 2. We'll be talking ball, and I guess that's gonna do it for us today. Go win, go Stros. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you next time.
Love you guys.